Hello, parents. My name is Torrin Sanford, and today we are going to talk about internet safety. I appreciate your willingness to join this session, and we are going to learn a lot as we go through some different parts about internet safety for kids. First, I'd like to talk about the three main areas of safety risk when online. The first is content. What are children seeing on websites, videos, and games? Second is contact. Who are children communicating with online? And the third is conduct. How are children behaving online? You also may hear the terms digital citizenship and netiquette being said often when talking about internet safety, and that is always referring to acting appropriate online and recognizing inappropriate behavior. Here are some statistics about online safety. For one, we will refer to YouTube survey where parents were surveyed about inappropriate content being seen by their children, and 73% of parents with children ages 11 and younger stated that that is their main concern with the channel of YouTube. Also, 68% were concerned about advertising content and 65% concerned about video recommendations that come up after children have watched other videos. 30% of students or kids actually stated that they use the internet inappropriately or in ways that their parents wouldn't approve, causing some concern for those of us who are reading these studies and finding that out. Also, online bullying is another issue that is very apparent in today's world. 6 out of every 10 teens have reported being bullied online. And 56% of parents whose children are 11 or younger say that they're concerned about bullying online or harassment. So we're going to talk a little bit about some of those issues and also some ways that you can manage those and hopefully eliminate them as best as possible. So the issue of inappropriate content refers to images, videos, articles, and possibly games online. And then a second main issue we'll refer to and talk about how to protect from our online predators and cyberbullying in terms of protection, reaction, and reporting. There are a few websites we'll address a couple of those topics. So the websites we will look at today are Common Sense Media, YouTube Kids, VideoLink, Kiddle, and I'll also talk to you a little bit about BrainPop and how that can help in the education process. The first website that we'll go over is Common Sense Media. This is a website where you can find information on reviews for websites, movie reviews, book reviews, and also information about apps and games. They also have a lot of good articles and digital citizenship lesson plans for teachers, and parents could even use them as well at home to teach their students about digital citizenship, how to behave online properly, and also how to notice when there may be something inappropriate happening. We'll just take a quick peek at the website now so you can see what it looks like. So here is the website when you reach it, and they're coming up with a video review on here, but you can see there are a lot of different tabs for different things like movies and TV, books, apps, and games. There's also a Parent Need to Know. They have, I think, this in different languages here, and then there's a lot of different other areas you could access. For parents, there's a section, there's an educator section. We could look at the educator section for a moment, and I'll scroll down to see there's a digital citizenship area, educational technology reviews and ratings. That is helpful for locating different applications. And they also give a lot of different things overall. So it's a great tool for a variety of different reasons, for reviews, for teachers, for plans, to help students learn a lot about different things, and then parents and teachers can plan some lessons around some of the topics that are really important when going over digital citizenship and online safety. So go back to our presentation here, and the second website that I'm going to introduce you to is called Kiddle. And maybe you have heard about this. It had a different name a few years back. It was called KidRex, and now it is called Kiddle. It is a kid-friendly search engine where students and children can safely search the web for images or videos. And you can also learn more about this on Common Sense Media, because they do, as I mentioned before, they do reviews of different websites. I didn't find that there were a lot of reviews for some of the websites, but they do give a lot of information just about some of these things. So even if there aren't a lot of reviews, you can find just information about these sites and some brief introduction to what they're all about and the purpose. So that is one. Another way to keep the internet safe is by using and suggesting students to use Kiddle or another type of safe internet searching where they're not able to see as much inappropriate content or any inappropriate content we would hope for. Okay, next I'm going to actually talk about something that a lot of teachers use currently. It's called video.link. It actually used to be called safeyoutube.net. That name has changed as of 2020. So it is a pretty recent change, and a lot of teachers use this to share YouTube videos with their students. So parents could use this at home as well if you are wanting to share something with your child where you don't want them to see a lot of suggestions of videos or other things to come up on YouTube. The way in which teachers typically use this is when we go to YouTube and we find a video that we want to share with our students, we don't want them to see all of the suggested videos that come up on the right-hand side when you're looking at YouTube. So what we'll do is we'll copy the link for the video that we want to see. And then what we'll do is we'll go to video.link and type in that, or paste in that link for the website video that we wanted to share. And then it will come up with a new link for us to use on our Google Classroom page or another form of communication with our students. And then what happens is they will only see that video. They will not see any suggestion videos. They will not see any additional content, comments, or video links. So all they see is that one video that you want them to watch. And it keeps it really simple, easy, no hassle with any of those extra things that you don't want them to view. It's been a really good tool for a lot of teachers recently. Then we also have another program that we could potentially use with younger kids called YouTube Kids. So in addition to the video link where you could share just one link on one video with students or children, you can set up an account on YouTube Kids. Typically for the younger children, the parents would set up an account with their email address, and this just keeps it a little bit easier for children to watch and find videos that are appropriate for them, and it will not allow that inappropriate content for the younger children. It's only going to be designed for those kids to see what you would want them to see that has been verified for their age group. And I actually used this with my son, and it did work very, very well. The last website I want to introduce you to, which you may or may not be familiar with, is called BrainPop. And BrainPop is it's a paid service website that has a lot of different videos about a very wide range of topics. I screenshotted the digital citizenship topics that all fall under that category, and you can see there are many to choose from here. These videos provide information about internet safety and just a lot of different little topics that are related to that. So you can see all the variety of them here. Digital etiquette, online safety, even has some lessons about talking about email, cyberbullying, blogging, privacy, social media, so many different topics here. Now, although this is a paid service, they do occasionally have free videos at times. So sometimes they do have those available for students to watch, even if the service is not available to you completely. Many districts do have this available in their schools. So that's just another tool to keep in mind that could be very, very helpful. I do have some just general tips for parents to discuss information that's allowed to provide online and what you should not provide online, keeping everything safe as possible, and also discussing with your child appropriate videos and potentially games that you should or should not play on the internet. And just to remember those 3 C's of online safety: the content, contact, and conduct, and how to follow those guidelines appropriately so that you're not giving too much information online and that you're behaving yourself in an appropriate way, following the guidelines of, safety for internet. And also there are some device safety measures you can use. You can block websites, and I would definitely recommend some time limits, especially now while students are using so much technology for school, but having time limits on devices and how long they can be on them during other times of the day. I also mentioned here at the end of my presentation that Digital Citizenship Week is always in the 3rd week of October, and a lot of teachers do have required lessons that they will be teaching during that time. Those are typically pulled from BrainPop or Common Sense Media, where there are a lot of teacher lessons provided. I also did include one last piece of information here where there's some additional resources if you are interested. Some good websites I found information on: kidshealth.org, Common Sense Media, which I've mentioned many times. There's a little bit of information on internet safety on the consumernotice.org. I also found a nice blog post that had great information at Safe at Last, and it was a blog post about online safety. And then there was a large study done a few years ago by the Center for Cyber Safety and Education that is linked here as well. Once again, if you would like any additional information, feel free to email me. I appreciate you paying attention to this presentation, and I hope you learned about some new tools and ways that you can help keep your kids safe while online. Thank you so much.